Hello traders and welcome back to the Rich Spirit channel for another weekly forex analysis. It's been a month since I'm off the market, so now let's get back, let's get started and let's make some motherfucking money. So what do you see guys in front of you? This is the EUR/USD chart. It is the daily chart, so you can see that pretty much euro is dominating the scene the last 2 months, so it's pretty obvious that we're in a bullish trend, and this is something which we can mark pretty easily. And recently, the last week, we have broken a very important area of resistance. So this is how price action looks on the weekly chart. So we are pretty much above the resistance. So what we can expect for the next week? Well, definitely we should be looking for a continuation to the upside. But before that, we can see some sort of a pullback to this previous zone, and that is the 1.075 zone area, which is pretty interesting. Even if we pierce a little bit that area, we can still manage to continue going up higher. And here, as you can see, we have some little support as well, so price can drop really even to this area and continue with the bullish trend. So this is one of the scenario. Of course we can have a little bit of sideway move, a consolidation like this one here, but probably the market will continue this week higher. So this is what price action is saying. Now let's mark our support once again. The broken resistance becomes support, and let's move on to the next market, and that would be the GBP USD. As usual, after the Euro USD, I'm going through the Euro GBP. And on the Great Britain pound versus the dollar, you can see this exact same trend. Okay, so we're in a bullish trend, as you can see, very nicely touching the support right here, and we're going forward. So currently we have some sort of a old resistance area right here, but if it gets broken, we can definitely test this previous high, and this is what I expect for this week. Above that, we have this old resistance, so it can also be a target for the bulls. Okay, and now let's see some other chart, guys. Of course, price can always do some crazy things, can be some crazy news, and price can just go with the momentum, create a new lower low, and then we will have a new downtrend. So this would be interesting, and maybe some flat pattern for another bullish move. We don't know, but this is what price action is telling us right now. So let's move to the AUD USD, and as you can see, I'm on a 5-minute chart, but it is just because I didn't trade this pair. Okay, so currently here, as you can see, we're at the resistance, so it's very important to observe how the markets will react next week, because if we see some reversal signals here and on the Euro USD image, that Euro USD prints some serious rejecting candle. Let's make an example which closed bearish below the resistance, then maybe we can see some sort of a correction on the Euro USD and the other pairs as well. So this correction can be to this nice zone right here, and that would be a nice setup for a new buyers. Okay, and on the AUD USD, if we break this level of resistance, then we're definitely heading towards these previous highs, this previous high, yeah, right here, and the previous resistance, which is way higher. and that's a good setup. I like trading the trending markets. Let's see USD JPY, and as you can see, the downtrend continues. Why it continues? Because this is actually a chart of the dollar going against the Japanese yen, and after a huge bullish trend we expect a huge correction, and this is what we currently are having. If we go to weekly and measure the whole trend, you can see that we are still at the 50% zone area of the Fibonacci. So if we draw a support area right here, we may see some, if the market respects this area, we can see a little bit of bullish push. Okay, that's pretty easy to spot. We just need a few good candles on the daily chart, maybe a little bit of consolidation first, and then boom, we have to break this downtrend line, this trending channel, that's for sure. So before we see any signal, we don't trade this. Okay, let's see USD CHF. As you can see here, also the door is pretty weak. But I don't like this chart because it's pretty messy, pretty volatile, and as you can see, there is no clear setups. Yeah, probably it's time for reversal because we are already at a very strong demand area. You see this consolidation. After it, the price shooted up so strong. So in this area, we can expect the bars to come in. So maybe it's time for the door to get back some of its strength. So let's go now to Euro GBP and see what we have there. Pretty nice support and resistance right here. Let's go to the daily and check it out. Let's zoom it out. So you see this high over here and all these wicks. This means a level of resistance. And we first have broken this area. I even went buying the pair, expecting after we broke the resistance, the market just to continue up higher. But look how this candlestick closes. It closes as a bearish engulfing and it closes below the level of resistance. It's not the best one, but if we see a bearish continuation on Monday or even Tuesday, then the market definitely can continue to the downside, at least to these previous lows right here, maybe even lower. So let's see how the euro will play out next week. But even if we take a trade targeting just these previous lows, let's say something like this, that would be our profit, that would be our risk taken. So it's pretty cool 1 to 1.5 risk for this trade. Pretty sexy setup. Okay, let's now see some other pairs. Euro CAD daily chart. Whoa, that's pretty nice. And also we are in a kind of a resistance area. So here we can also spot something interesting. And that's a pretty cool thing. Currently we have the doji candle, which is candle indecision. So we have to see if we can get some bearish engulfing candle and can we ride this price action all the way back to this previous low. Okay guys, and now we are moving to gold to see the best trades that we can take. I'm on the 5-minute scalping on Friday, but going back to the daily chart. And I have some old setup right here, but never mind. So currently what we have on gold, let's draw this area of support and demand. And we need a few more support and resistance areas. I'll mark them right here. Okay, so that is pretty much our best zones, the best zones that we need. So if price rejects this area, we can get a pullback to this previous area of support, and from there we can wait for another bullish signals, for another bullish continuation, to continue the trend all the way back to this previous high, and that would be amazing trade. Let's mark it up and let's wait, and then if we break this area we can get back to this previous high, and then maybe we can try to make an ultimate high, so we can go even higher. But for now, gold is the king of all kings, and price is really rallying to the upside, and this is what I expect. So if we continue go bullish next week, we should start chasing the next resistance area. If we see some sort of a pullback or a correction, this can lead us to this previous support zone, and then we can look for another bullish signals. Okay, what if price goes even harder to the downside? Then that would be a nice Fibonacci correction trade. So let's see what we have. Okay, this is the 38 zone area, 38% zone area of the Fibonacci, so it's also possible setup for another bullish trend, which can lead us to the next high. Okay guys, and that's it for this market. Let's also check the indexes and let's finish with this analysis because I'm pretty tired. I have a birthday today. It's all over, gonna be after a few more shots, or fuck with this. This is the weekly chart of S&P 500, and as you can see, we're having some sort of a triangle here or something like this. It's yet more like a wedge pattern. So if we reject this area, we'll definitely go back, test these lows first, and maybe we'll make a continuation to the bottom support level, which is this trend line. This is how I expect we to see the market next week. If not, if the S&P 500 continues, which is pretty possible because we see some bullish trend, we can get back all the way up to this previous resistance, and that is my plan. If that happens, then we can easily start chasing the previous highs over here, and that's also another nice setups. I'll mark it up for my own trading. And that's it for this weekly forex analysis. I wish you everything best, successful trading, keep getting this money, keep smashing these trades, and get your discipline on. So peace, see you in the next video, and I'm out.